Hello, everyone. My name is Amos Mendez, and I'm the creative director here at Trucks and Auto Auction in Pasco, Washington. We hope you guys enjoy this very first episode of our Trucks and Auto Stories for automotive enthusiasts.
You're kind of like our first person to kind of like sit down and kind of share your passion. So we're excited because like we're hoping that like a lot more people can tell their organic, original origin story of like what they're doing, or even like within the automotive industry as a whole.
Right.
And so we're excited to kind of shed some light and also shed some love, some positivity.
Yeah, keep the community. You
know what I mean? So kind of getting in a good direction. Right. So, dude, so you started with a couple of buddies, Street Heritage. We actually have it right here. Tell us about Street Heritage.
So yeah, Street Heritage was founded by 4 people: myself, my buddy Franklin, my buddy Justin, and my buddy Robbie.
Nice.
We have other people that are like, repping for what it is, but we're pretty new. You know what I mean? We all have a passion for cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I grew up skateboarding. My buddy Robbie grew up skateboarding. And it's like we always loved the idea of branding. Like we wanted to start a clothing company, me and Robbie.
Yeah.
And I loved video editing because of skateboarding. I was like super into like, all the big brands back in the day, like DC and like, all this other stuff. And so like filmmaking and cinematography was huge. Like I really want to get into it, but I'm not even close to what people are pulling out nowadays, but it's the idea of learning.
Mm-hmm.
So when we all sat in the garage, we just had this idea where it's like, why don't we just start making automotive content? Like we all like cars. We all love to do, we like to work on them, learn about them.
Love to tinker.
Yeah, exactly. And so as we decided to, keep doing this thing, I started doing car meets at coffee shops. And I was like kind of thinking like, well, okay, if it's not, it helps the coffee shop, but like, what about for the team, right? If you want to call it a team. So we're like, okay, like let's go ahead and just start something on our own. And my buddy Franklin, he designed some shirts back in the day, and he came up with the name Street Heritage. It's hard not to be copy paste, right? I mean, there's a lot of car brands out there, and the thing we want to keep it like street level. You know what I mean? Like we don't have money for Porsches, we don't have crazy cool R35s, like we don't have all the cool JDM Legend stuff, but it's like we have our own cars that we think are unique. And I think the car community is a very viperistic community, right? And what I mean by that is like, there's so much crap talking about cars, makes and models. I'm like, dude, if it's a car and you put your, how would you say, you put your heart and effort into it, I think that shows some sort of respect, right?
Yeah.
And we make it a joke as long as it's not like AutoZone build, right? Where it's just slap a hood thing on it and then the B scratches. And like, even then it's like somebody out there, you all start somewhere.
Yeah.
The deal, So Street Heritage is there to kind of it says in our bio, right? We want to build on reliability, responsibility, and a passion for cars. I think right now the car scene has a lot of bad rep.
Yeah, I love that saying, man. I really do. And I can't agree more. There is a lot of controversy and negativity in any industry.
Right.
And that's probably one of the things that me and Josh, the owner of Trucks and Auto, we're really trying to build this thing to kind of help the right people and individuals that are truly trying to be, a positive light.
Right.
You don't have to be a billionaire. You can literally be like, you guys right out of the garage.
Right.
We don't care, but like as long as you genuinely have a heart for others and are doing genuinely like being a positive light and not a D-bag or whatever,
right.
Like, dude, there's a place for that. And there's sarcasm put aside. I love myself some
garage talk.
Yeah. Like,
right.
You want to dish it out.
Right.
But there's a difference between just absolutely just hammering on people.
100%.
It's like, for what? Because that person that has, like I'm a big fan of Porsche. Like the person that has the GT4 RS, the GT3 RS, the GT, whatever, a BMW M5 comp, whatever it might be, I guarantee you that person, girl or guy, has started somewhere, that had a dream, and they drove a Honda. They're just as passionate and as enthusiasts as others. They're just a little later in their journey where they've built the success. And ultimately, they have what they have because of their hard work. That's why it's like I really like that. No matter what you have, as long as you're just a really good, genuine person, we hope to kind of like give that platform. But yeah, man, I really like it. So what have you guys done so far?
Yeah, so back to when we started, if you scroll down on our pin posts, the one on the far right here, a Hava through a car meet. Yeah, that's it. So we were, what's it called? Yeah, it was, I just got into a Hava. I told my boss, like, hey man, like I used to do car meets at the last coffee shop. Why don't we just do it here? You know, I think everybody does cars and coffee. It's not just like a one coffee shop in the Tri-City who does, like, dude, let's bring the culture in. And so this was our meet here. And yeah, the goal was just to get people in, right? Obviously, that promoted a Hava for Cameron, but for me, it was just like, let's get all these cool cars in. Let's learn about them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like seeing all the cool different,
love underglow.
Look at the different like cars that pulled up. You know, you got the domestics, you have the JDM, you have all the Hondas, like all that stuff. To me is like that's what we're about. You know what I mean? Like doing a giveaway, like we want to show people, like, hey. You know, you support us, we want to support back. You know, even though we're not those billionaires, right? It's the roots, right? The heritage behind it. Like, why do we do what we do? It's because we're passionate. You know what I mean? Like, I always love the idea of just like giving to, you know, you don't know who's gonna win a giveaway, but you know, the biggest thing I love to see is a big smile on somebody's face.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's what we all kind of agreed with, right? So, like, all our buddies here, like, we want to support local businesses and bring their name out. Right?
So we have I see Cameron in the middle. There's you.
Yep. So, guy with the beanie, that's Franklin. Guy in the crew neck right next to him in the tan pants, that's Robbie. The one that's crouching right there, the glasses, that's my buddy Justin. He's my cousin. And then Josue is the one next to me, and he actually has a pretty cool build. He had a Focus ST.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, it's down. So, yeah, he big turboed it and it blew, but he has a Subaru that he's working on. He's looking into getting a new like 2.0 liter EcoBoost back in there.
Nice.
Get back on the road with the ST.
Dude, those sound so sick.
Dude, they're cool.
Yeah.
You guys had one on your action. Like, I saw that. I was like, dude, I was like, should I pull the trigger?
I know. The RS that you have is muddy.
Well, I tell you what, dude, that's again, it all starts somewhere. I started in the Honda scene. Like, I had a 1999, no VTEC. It was a D16Y7, like just a single overhead cam, no power.
Yep.
I got rid of it because, like, oh, you know, I listened to the people. I was like, oh, these things are slow. These things are slow. And I was like, cool, got rid of it. I miss it to this day. I love my RS, but just to have that as a beater with the heater, dude, is like tinkering, like tear it apart, like learn about it. Like it's a very cool platform because one, parts are widely available. Two, it's easy to work on. Three, I mean, it's kind of where everybody starts, I've noticed.
Yeah.
At least in my personal life. A lot of people start with Hondas, and then from there I got an RSX Type S. That was cool. And then worked at Ford, and those dealership people were like, come on, buy a car for me. I was like, unless you get an ST or an RS, you know, I'll pull the trigger. And then, you know, I got the ST, and now we're just in it. You know what I mean? That was like, you know, starting, right? We all start somewhere. And yeah, my buddy, so we've thrown a couple of other meets. We've had the Summer Hub of Pasco. They were nice enough to let us use that low a lot.
Yeah, dude, I remember this one. This one's cool.
Yeah.
I thought this was a hot spot. I hope you guys do it here again, honestly. It was one of my favorites for sure.
No, I mean, cool kid. Like, I think the coolest part about calling him is that it was funny. So we dispersed, right? The meet ended, but we're like, oh, well, let's do the raffle. Yeah. And so he just had left, and he's building out his RSX Type S. And I'm like, whoa, I had one. So it's like perfect. It's crazy. So we pulled the ticket, and I call him, and he goes, I was like, hey, man. And he's like, hello, who's this? I'm like, oh, it's Jacob from Street Heritage. We saw you just left, but you just won the giveaway. So he came with a bucket, a gift card to a Hava. My detailing, I gave him $50 off his detail. And he's like, I won. And I'm like, that right there. To inspire others. You know, my personal branding is CGI, like create, grow, and inspire. Like, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that want to get out there, but they just don't. And I'm like, dude, no, do it. Push out as much as you want, regardless if it's saturated or not. Yeah. Create something. There's more than a 9 to 5. You don't know where you're going to go if you don't try. Everything's, I tell my buddy this all the time where I'm like, you know, if you look at everything as a risk, you lose the opportunity. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, everything's going to have risk.
That's good, man. You know that's good. Yeah, I mean, that's what's up. You know, you guys are building something I think is pretty cool. You know, like when I was younger, I really wanted to do something like this, but to be honest, I had like no friends. So it's weird because a lot of people knew me, or like saw me through my content, but no one really actually knew me. You know, I had like very few friends. And so it's cool to see, you know, you guys, the younger generation, be doing stuff like this, especially in Tri-Cities, you know. And I've been a lot of places, but like to hear in Tri-Cities, it's always cool. But I think to kind of circle back to the one thing that I do want to say that I think you guys do really well is, you know, you guys are mad respectful. Like you guys are really trying to grow a community that is genuinely, and I hope that it stays that way, but generally, like, you guys seem like a really, like, dope dudes. Like, in the garage, making content that isn't the polished. It's not, like, 4K. Right. You know, it's grainy, it's real, it's raw, it's authentically you. And I think if you guys keep, you know, having that motion, you guys are going to go far. I really hope you guys do. But yeah, man, I know you guys have an upcoming event. I can't remember which one it was.
May 29th, we're going to be doing another car meet.
Okay.
It's going to be with Anytime Fitness here in Pasco on Sandifer.
Okay. Do you guys have any content on it here?
Yeah, so if you scroll down just a little, I had to repost it because Instagram got mad at me and muted our audio. So that wasn't me trying to lift 100 pounds.
Oh, okay.
You know
What is this?
So this is our promotional video here.
Very nice.
So yeah, shout out to Adrian at Anytime. Seriously, he's a super dude. He has an
Is that Adrian?
Yeah, it's Adrian right there, man.
Okay.
Dude's a trainer, personal trainer. And
Oh, nice.
thing, I think he has some sort of Skyline R33, I think is what it is. Don't quote me on that. But he has a Skyline being built right now.
Ooh.
So it's been like down, but it's like, you know how it is, like when you're in the car, like you're always itching to do something. So for him to sit patiently is so hard. I can't imagine what it's like. I mean, when my RS blew, I sat for 2 months and I felt like it was the end of the world, right?
Yeah.
Waiting for warranty, waiting for Ford to just get any sort of like update. But like he has some pretty good patience. But yeah, he was into like we collaborated with him through a hub, ironically, and he was like, "Dude, I'm into cars." I'm like, "I'm into cars." I was like, hey, you know what I mean? So I was like, hey, if you guys need, I know that they're always looking to get people signed up, but they're going to be doing a giveaway too.
Okay.
So our giveaway, we're going to give away, I know we have a little Lego set R34 Super from the Fast and Furious. We're going to do a little giveaway of that.
Nice.
I think we're looking at getting some other stuff put together, but they're going to be giving away 3 free months at their location for Pasco.
Okay.
So and then the cool thing about it is he says it right here, even if you show up,
Yeah.
you're going to get a week for free.
At their gym?
At their gym. If you show up at the meet,
Sheesh.
you're just going to get a free
I'm going to show up.
you know what I mean?
I already have a gym membership,
Right,
but
that's what I'm saying,
you never know.
You never know if you're in the area, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
no, it's like, and that's the kind of stuff we want to really do. Like it helps them out, you know, and it helps us out. But at the end of the day, like we want to see that parking lot full, but also being like there's a neighborhood next to it. Like when I post the next flyer, you got to be respectful.
Yeah.
No burnouts, no revving, none. It's like, dude, you don't know maybe there's a newborn sitting in that house that just went down for bed. Parents are tired and like,
Yeah.
oh, here we go again. And that's that rep we want to continue. And like, hey, like I don't want to be creating this thing in the Tri-Cities with all my buddies, and all of a sudden it's like now cars are getting cracked down because, well, you know, this group has influenced a bunch of young teenagers to go be loud and do whatever. And it's like, no, be responsible. Even when it comes to modding your car, be responsible. Know the risks, right? You know, like don't think about you, think about everybody around you. Have fun with it. Create a community, network. That's the goal. We want people to start doing that. And if it's through us or whoever, I mean, there's a ton of other car clubs in the what's it called, Tri-Cities that are super cool, but we want to be a little more than a club. You know what I mean? The cool thing is I can sit with all four of my founders and we all sit and have a barbecue. Like we all know each other. Like they know my family, I know theirs, and it's like there's a culture behind it. You know what I mean? That's essentially the goal, is to create a culture of what you said, like being respectful. Because again, when you look at, like you said, like any hobby, any whatever,
Yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be that group of people that ruin it for the rest of
Every industry has it.
every industry. You know what I mean? But yeah, like stuff like this, like fun little videos, you know,
I love it,
including,
man.
You know, that's the goal, you know, if whoever wants to show up and, hey, we want to collaborate. I'm like, dude, let's do it. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I mean, a lot of it is just having fun. I think that's another thing too. Sometimes you get too looped of you get too looped on trying to get a schedule out, too looped on trying to get a script out. And sometimes like the best videos that you make are kind of like they're unhinged or like they're just unscripted.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that was a really funny part in the video that wasn't in the script. Let's put that in there. You know what I mean? Because we want to be real. Like you said, we don't want to be like these like polished up people. Like we're just a bunch of like young adults just trying to build our cars. We want to show everybody that you can do it. Like I'm telling you, if I can do this, if I can work on my car, anybody else can. Because I'm not the brightest person in the batch, you know what I mean? Like all these other guys went to college, and I'm just like, you know, I went to 2 years, but you know, I did my own change on my Honda.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? But now it's like cool. Like now I know a lot about my platform. You know, Franklin knows a lot about his platform, and it's just like, yeah, if you take the effort, you'll be able to learn. You know what I mean? And that's the goal, right? Just making sure that we're being reliable, responsible, and just looking out for the community.
Dude, that's awesome.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Well, I mean, I can't wait for you guys' event. You know, and I encourage anybody, you know, that's honestly that doesn't know about you guys or that do to go. I'm definitely gonna make some time to hit it out and check it out. So you know, hopefully, Trucks and Auto team can come out and support.
Dude, that'd be so sick, man.
Yeah,
It's an
so
honor.
you know, it's really cool. We really like what you're doing, especially here in Tri-Cities, and it sounds like everyone's welcome. Any build, any car.
Yeah.
And so just go out if you guys want to learn more about what Jacob's doing. Just go ahead. I'll put all the stuff down below. That way you guys can hit him up if you guys want to come. Be respectful. I'm sure you guys are probably, you're renting out the space. So show some mad love to Jacob and what they're doing over at Street Heritage. And again, if you guys want to learn more, hit them up. And dude, I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks
And
for having me, dude. The honor's all mine. Are you kidding me, dude? This is so cool, man. This is an honor, man. Trust me.
we're trying.
No,
We're trying.
dude,
So
that's awesome. That's
hopefully we
awesome.
can do a lot more. And if you guys know anybody out there that honestly is just good people, hit us up over at Trucks and Auto, and we can have them on the podcast. But until then, Jacob, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming on, and go check them out, guys.